Derby to Hoch Field, proud home of the Gardiner Tigers, as Munsing Media Sports continues our playoff coverage here from Hoch Field, as the rivals will be back at it for the third time this season here for playoff action. We've got quarterfinals action. Mo McNally joining me as the analyst. Chris Wheeler on our camera. I'm Rob Munsing, and we're glad you're with us here on a beautiful afternoon for field hockey here from Hoch Field and Gardiner. Coach McNally, there is no secrets between these two teams. They come in knowing everybody's shoe sizes, so to speak, as they will play for the third time this season, and what will be a winner go on and loser go home.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Rob. This is the marquee matchup of the first round of the region. There's no question about it. As you said, it's a third meeting for these two teams. They met early in the season, third game, as a matter of fact. Gardiner came away a winner there, 4-3. Then they met not too long ago for a 2-2 tie to finish up Cony's season, and boy, wasn't that a game and a half. I sat up on the hill and watched that one, and changes of momentum, team speed played, goalies played extremely well. So both of the games that we've seen, Rob, or that I've seen, just lead us to believe this one's going to be another one. Let's take a look at Cony. Cony comes in at 7-6-1. They're ranked number 5. They've scored 41 goals. But a little different than Gardiner, they've given up 38. They've got 2 shutouts. When we take a look at her scorers, we're looking at Abby Morrill, who's got 14 goals and 5 assists. She's playing in the front line. Elise Cunningham's got 11 goals and 3 assists. She's playing in the front line. Then you look at the midfield, and midfield for Cony is strong. Macy Freeman is a great two-way player, a junior. She's got 5 goals, 13 assists. Carolyn Hendrickson, another very good two-way, offensive and defensive player, has got 2 goals and 7 assists. Natalie Doobie comes up from the back. She's a center back. She comes up on corners, and she scored 5 times. So their scoring is spread across their lines. You take a look at Gardiner. Gardiner's scored 49 goals, but only given up 12. And if you take a look at the 2 goalies, we've got Cassidy Clark in for Gardiner, and a freshman goalie for Cony that has played extremely well all year, in Avery Maxim. So the goalies are going to be huge today. If we take a look at Gardiner's scorers, Bree Smith is their big forward. She's got 15 goals, 5 assists, and she seems to be everywhere on the field. She's picking up errant passes behind the forward line. She's got a great passing skill coming up the left side. Dewey Clary's got 5 goals and 2 assists. And then Savannah Brown comes in as well with goals. So we've got a great game lined up. Gardiner's got 8 seniors. Cassidy Clark has got a 91% save percentage in the goal area. Gardiner's strength comes from their back line. Maddie Blaze, Rayleigh Gilbert, and Meg Gallagher. And Maddie Blaze has got 4 goal stops on the end line for Gardiner this year. So, as I said in the beginning, this is a marquee matchup. I asked Coach Daigle what she thought of Gardiner, and she says they're fast, they're skilled, they're aggressive. She seems to think that Cony's played their best field hockey against Gardiner all season long, and she's seeing another competitive, nerve-wracking, she's called it a nerve-wracking game. Cony got many good looks in the last game, but failed to execute in front of the goal area. Gardiner, again, same thing. Rivalry game. Coach Glantz looking for very good. She's called Cony's players very good. They're upper level athletes. They go to the ball well. They're dangerous anywhere. They're near the ball, and those forwards and midfielders can create some big plays. Plus, they've got a variety of scorers, and as Coach Glantz says, they don't ever quit. Well, you're right, Rob. Neither one of these 2 games have got quit in them. This is a typical rivalry. The kids, as you said, know each other well, and we are looking for a great game.
Well, as you call it, the marquee matchup here, the quarterfinals. Some of the quarterfinals are already over. We know the matchup in the next round will include Lawrence, and that's who the winner of this game will play. And, of course, we saw the Gardiner Tigers with a great regular season game right here on Hoch Field against the Lawrence Bulldogs. Probably gave them, Coach, the best game that they had all year long, a game that went into overtime. Tigers had an early lead in that one. So, either team moves on, they're going to be running into a buzzsaw in Lawrence. But if it's the Gardiner Tigers, they know they they can play with him, and Cony, will know coming out of here that they can play with him as well. And the unknown, and you mentioned it, is going up to Lawrence and playing on grass. I mean, remember when we used to say, okay, occasionally you'll find a turf field. Well, now it's more likely you have turf than you have grass, but Lawrence plays on grass up there.
Yes, they do, and you're right. When you alluded to those, the Gardiner-Lawrence game, Cony played Lawrence early in the season and lost handily, but one of the things that Coach Daigle told me is that her kids have improved tremendously in the last 2 months. She's real proud of these kids, and they've come together well. They are playing some of their best hockey right now. The Gardiner-Lawrence game, as you said, was an overtime. It was a 2-1 ball game, and Gardiner knows they can play with anybody. But as you know as well as I do, Rob, we're talking high school sports. And when they come out, you never know who's going to have a case of the nerves. You never know how these games are going to come out. But with these two games, these kids are putting everything they've got on the line. With this game, they're going to put everything they've got on the line.
Well, I'll tell you, I know who's got a case of the nerves. All the parents and fans of the respective teams here, because, you go all season long and go, okay, well, you lost that one. But, we got another game. We got another game coming up in a couple of days. Right. And you don't say that now. You know as a fan, as a parent, the heartbreak that it'll be if the next thing your kid's got to do is, meet for equipment turn-in day.
Exactly.
That's always one of the very tough things.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the other people that are going to have a case of the nerves today are both coaches. There's no more they can do.
Right.
They've practiced. They've done it all. They've given the kids as much information as they can going into this game. They've just got to sit back. But, boy, I'll tell you, you know as well as I do, Rob, standing on that sideline and putting your kids out on the field, you're thinking, holy cow, here we go. What can I do? Not much.
You see the officials, coaches, and captains meeting across the way. Chris giving you a view all the way across the field. Beautiful views here because it's beautiful sun, not a cloud in the sky here today, and beautiful temperatures here as we get almost into November. But other than rain, it's been a pretty good year, and we've been pretty blessed ourselves with weather for the Muncie Media events. Yesterday would have been a challenge. The Cony Gardiner football game was a challenge, but actually it ended up being improving conditions throughout the course of that game. We do have the PA mic'd and pregame announcements and starters and all that. We'll bring those to you live as well when they're set to go for that. Remember, we play quarters here for about the past 3 or 4 years, and really it's been a beneficial addition to the sport of field hockey here, 15-minute quarters. And we are tied in the scoreboard, and if the gods are willing and the internet cooperates, we'll bring you the exact scoreboard data. So no advantage here as far as field. It used to be in the old days, Coach, you knew where the puddles were, and you've got your cohort there, Karen Perry, sitting next to you here today. We welcome Karen. We tried to get Karen on the headset, and she started to sprint out of the booth, so we said, okay, never mind, Karen. But Karen's up here. We welcome her, and we welcome all of you. Fans of both teams here, glad to be able to bring this game to you. We know so many of you are watching at work, and if you need a note from either Mo or me, as we're both former teachers, we'll write you a note that gives you permission to watch this game at work without penalty and no detention given.
We could go on for hours about this game, Rob, or any Cony Gardiner game. I'm just thinking as you're talking that I can't tell you how many 1-0 ball games in my coaching career we had against Cony. Didn't matter the skill of either team. It just comes down to the fight in the dog.
Okay, let's go to the PA announcer.
Your home team, Gardiner Tigers. I ask that everyone please display good sportsmanship at all times while in attendance at today's game. Anyone who is heckling officials or outwardly complaining about officials' calls, yelling at opposing players, fans, spectators, or otherwise displaying poor sportsmanship may be asked to leave immediately. Please let the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials officiate. In addition, there are no spectators allowed inside the fenced area or behind the end zones during play. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the starters for the visiting Cony Rams. Number 2, Natalie Doobie. Number 4, Macy Freeman. Number 5, Casey Monson. Number 7, Isabella Smith. Number 10, Caroline Hendrickson. Number 12, Elise Cunningham. Number 17, Madison Chavery. 27, Haley Johnson. 28, Abby Morrow. 34, Zoe Charest. And in goal, number 20, Avery Maxim. Cony is coached by Holly Daigle and assisted by Samantha Simmons. And now the starters for your Gardiner Tigers. Number 1, Rayleigh Gilbert. Number 3, Maddie Blaze. Number 5, Addison Carter. Number 6, Dewey Clary. Number 7, Megan Gallagher. Number 8, Savannah Brown. Number 9, McKenna Johnson. Number 10, Brianna Smith. Number 11, Taryn Nichols. Number 16, Gabby Sousa. And in goal, number 97, Cassidy Clark. Gardiner is coached by Sharon Gallant and assisted by Abby Dyer. The officials for today's game are Miss Wendy Barassa and Miss Michelle Dwyer. At this time, would you all please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the start of this one after this.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR-20 and experience the Cirrus life.
All the preliminaries are done, and now we're set to play field hockey. I want to congratulate the Gardiner Tigers volleyball team. They're heading to the States for the first time ever. Chris Wheeler, Evan Grady brought you that game last night on Munzing Media, doing a terrific job. The excitement in the gym was unbelievable. And congratulations to the ladies as they represent the Gardiner community for the first time ever in the state championship field hockey game. They'll go against, in volleyball, they'll go against a very strong Yarmouth team on Friday night. That's tomorrow night at 8:30. Tomorrow night at 6:30, we'll have Gardiner Tiger football. It'll be one of our limited, as we call it, limited productions. Beth and I and Andy going down to go to the game, and we'll hook up as best we can down there and bring you the sights and sounds as best we can. Won't be one of these full-fledged productions, very limited space down there, but we'll get the pictures out and the play-by-play out, and we'll see how we're cooking on that tomorrow night. We'll do the best we can to bring you the game, but this one here is one of our full-fledged productions here with our wonderful sponsors. You saw Earl Harvey's company, Northeast Aviation Academy. Wyatt Chadwick, who was out here practicing, getting ready for last night, is a certified pilot. Earl Harvey taught him to fly. What a day to fly today. Oh. Well, we hope the Gardiner Tigers and the Cony Rams are flying around this field, bringing you some great action. That's exactly what we expect to happen here from Hoch Field and Gardiner. So we're set to play on. Rams control first. They're going left to right in red, as most of the fans that watch this would know. The Cony Rams in red, and Tigers in their home whites. Bree Smith trying to feed it through, can't do it. Tigers picked it up with Carter, but she's not set to go, and Tigers move quickly.
Bree Smith and Addison Carter have been a great combination all season, Rod. They seem to know exactly where each other are, and they've got some nice little 10-foot to 5-yard passes that are beautiful coming down the left side.
Tigers trying to feed it in. McKenna Johnson. Now Sousa. Turns over to Rams.
Nice ball coming out of there. That's Natalie Doobie. We'll hear her name quite a bit. Coach Daigle depends on her quite a bit in the back end.
Yeah, and she's a youngster, too, just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Here's another sophomore. Sousa for the Tigers. Trying to weave it through. Carter tried to get a piece of it, couldn't do it. Now Nichols, she's trying to turn it back to offense, and she does smartly. Gets it to Smith. Smith tries to feed it through. There's a multitude of masses of humanity right in that stretch.
Both these teams come in with some great underclassmen, too, which bodes well for the future. Here's one right now. Taryn Nichols picked up that ball. Doobie, we mentioned Cony. Macy Freeman comes back for Cony. Bree Smith comes back from Gardiner. So both these teams are well equipped for the next few years.
Avery Maxim, the young goaltender for the Rams. Out down the end line, and Cony ball. Tigers have had the better of the territorial play so far, Coach Mo.
Yeah, they sure have. They're putting the pressure on. They seem to be double teaming the ball coming out, and I think we've mentioned this before, Rob. The ball coming out of the defensive end for Cony. At this point of the season, they have to have intended receivers for those long passes. You just can't rail on the ball and hope somebody runs onto it. At this time of the season, you're hoping for somebody else to put that ball into open space so that you receive it. Good example right there. So your receiver gets it.
Good job by Nichols. Off the Hendrickson feed through. Nichols looking for an aerial, looks like. And she will. Successfully done. Dangerous, so they'll turn it over to Cony.
Beginning of these games, too, you never know. The nerves are setting in. They'll settle down here in a few minutes.
And I expect the crowd to fill in as folks get out of work and come. There's a good through ball here. Gallagher going to chase it down, take it off the side. She's trying to feed it through, make a self pass. No, it'll come back to the Rams, but now smartly taken off. And I'm trying to see, is that Clary coming out of the zone? Not able to be kept in. But Dewey Clary, good job there. Getting a little field position for the Tigers. Hendrickson, big hit, but stopped again. I think kids probably on turf, Coach, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they have a lot more confidence on the hits of going down, putting that stick directly on the ground and blocking it because they know it's not going to hop over it like it would on grass.
You're absolutely correct. We've talked before about the ball being true on a surface like this. When it rolls, you see the angle of it rolling, you see where the ball's going to go. You yourself don't have to keep your stick moving. You can put your stick down. You know where it's coming. So you're absolutely correct.
And less chance of hitting you right in the nose, too.
Exactly.
Macy Freeman on the take for the Rams. Dispossessed, but advantage Rams here. And they'll get the first corner of the game.
Now we expect to see Macy Freeman and Abby Morrill touch this ball on these corners, I'm assuming, at some point.
Cunningham on the insert. It comes in. Big hit outside, trying to get a deflection. As you said, it was Freeman, Coach, on the shot. Sometimes those are not shots, they're more directional type passes as you're trying to set somebody up right at the corner of the crease area.
Well, you're absolutely right. The pass coming in, the goalie sees that angle and covers it. So the initial pass coming in that case, it was up to Morrill. The goalie can set that angle. So you tell your kids, your shot has got to be just wide of the angle. So if she goes to the opposite post and there's somebody there and keeps the ball on the ground, there's a better chance of scoring from that angle.
Rams will possess deep. Across the way. And that's going to go out the inline. I don't believe it was touched by the Tigers, so it'll be Tigers' ball. I want to congratulate the 7th and 8th grade football team when we come out of volleyball last night. They were celebrating their victory last night. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Coach Sam Shaw, who after 40-plus years is hanging up his whistle. He's not going to hang up his vocal cords. They'll still be present up here as the voice of the Tigers. Rams have changed field, and since they changed field, the Tigers haven't been pinned in their territory. Sousa tried to run it out, couldn't do it. It fed through. Tigers will clear it out. Little push there, I think, by Natalie Doobie. Got away with one there. A little, get out of my way. I want that last loaf of bread. I was going to say donut, but you can't say stuff like that now. You got to be careful about what you say, Coach. So Tigers with the early territorial advantage. Rams have turned that around the last 4 or 5 minutes. We have 8:28 to play, and our clock behaving well, so it's official. So see if the Tigers can turn field here. They'll try to do it with Clary.
Both of these teams come into this game with quite a bit of team speed. We haven't seen it yet. They're playing a little tentative, it looks like to me, just to make sure they've got the ball in their stick and not letting people get inside the circle area for quality shots. But
yeah, things have been bunched up a little bit, but Smith breaks out of the pack. Here comes Bree. Throws it ahead. Can she get it ahead to Carter? Yeah, she does. Carter drives it across. It's loose in front. Tigers scrambling forward. It's still loose. So Tigers change the field quickly and had a bid. Doobie now. Throws it down right side, right down the near side to us.
This is Captain Isabel Smith just picked up that ball, and she's got, according to Coach, she's got very good speed coming down the right side. Doesn't score a lot of goals, but her entry passes into the circle are very, very important for this Cony offense.
Smith, Carter now. Addison got dispossessed. Good job by the Rams. That was Haley Johnson on the good defense for the Rams. Hendrickson bombs it out. Tigers with some good defense. Megan Gallagher. But Rams possess on the offensive attack, and Sousa comes out of the pack. Badlin. Rams attack quickly. Sousa right back at it. Going to be Rams' ball.
We've talked, Rob, about the strength of Gabby Sousa, too. If she's got the ball on her stick and she's pushing forward, you're not going to stop her. She's very strong, skill-wise and athletically.
Good reverse stick, but didn't get through. Tigers looking to come out with Smith. Bree. About midfield. Some good stick handling there, and she draws the infraction. Tiger ball. Nichols with it here. Taryn surveys the scene, see who's open. And she'll back pass. Maddie Blaze. Lost it. Good hustle by Ray Gilbert. Sousa.
Good idea on the back pass to keep Cony honest and make them move. But that back pass has got to be crisp and exact if you're going to change field with it.
If you tag a ball across the way, Sousa will gather it in. That one pops up in the air, but lands okay, so we play on. It'll be driven past the end line. A feeling out period right now, Coach, and you would expect that this one is not going to get away from either team.
You're absolutely right. I still see them playing a little tentative because after watching both these teams a couple times during the season, both of them have got good speed, but they just look they look a little tentative, especially defensively. They don't want to let anybody down inside.
Well, it might be one of those things that a goal either side will open this thing up. But we'll see. Far side, Tiger ball. Savvy Brown over there. Savvy was just coming back, and when we saw, I believe, late in the season, so she's back to full speed. Gives the Tigers another great athlete. Played off the side here by Blaze. Maddie trying to stay in, and she will. And
Maddie, we've said before, doesn't get a lot of goals, so you don't hear her name a lot, but boy, she's one of the most solid defensive players in the conference. Plays very, very steady, nothing flashy, but it's tough to get through her. Her and her line mates in the back are very formidable.
Hendrickson. Beautiful stop there by Gilbert. Bouncing ball. Knocked away by Blaze. That was a nice play. Nice stick work by Maddie as she had to get that one almost like a bunting softball. Pick it out of the air and put it down and dribble it off. Hendrickson feeds it through. Tigers step up on the D. Gilbert got her feet involved, and Rams ball here with Freeman. Freeman threads it through. Tigers are there for it and take it off to the side. Rams contesting. Tigers try to keep it in. Nice reverse stick there. Smith fought for it, couldn't get it. Hendrickson puts it in the middle. Kick out by Clark on a beauty. She had to be tested there. She saw it all the way, though. Nobody in front there, so Cassie got a good view of that. Last time we saw Cassie in the game was against Lawrence, and she was...
Wow.
She was like about the busiest person in Gardiner that night.
She had one of the best high school games I've seen from a high school goalie that game. And then I followed up, as I said. I went and watched the Cony Gardiner game at Cony. She had another good game there. So she's gotten considerably better from one year to the next and continually improving from one season to the next.
Tigers knock it down. Clary. Dewey with some room. Weaves through traffic, trying to poke it through. Can she? She'll throw it off the side. Be Tigers' ball. Clary will hunt that down.
Dewey's one of 8 seniors from this Gardiner team, too, that will be sorely missed next year. She's a name that how many times have we said that name, Rob? Tons in the last 4 years.
Well, we've been saying Clary here for about 15 years, I think.
Right.
Huh?
That's right.
Dewey and her sister, Jazz, terrific multi-sport athlete, too. Gardiner boys were leading 3-0 over Erskine at the half in playoff soccer, so
perfect.
We'll be getting updates on that. Chris Wheeler's on the phone. These kids can multitask like nobody's business. He's got 400 things going on.
That's because they know how to use their phones.
Still, that ball's loose. It's dangerous, running it down and almost getting was Smith, the captain, and now to come out. Still 3-0. That hit didn't get through, and now Tigers might have some numbers if they can attack, but Cony steps in smartly. Little one-on-one action there. Tigers will win it. Come to Sousa. She tries to thread the needle through. She's trying to connect up there with Emily Brown now in the game for the Tigers. Brown now. Emily spins. Gets it over to Smith. Smith's got some run room up that left channel. Here she comes. Smith gets it ahead. Now she goes. She was trying to get the return pass. Couldn't do it. Taryn Nichols swept in. She throws it in front. Smith with it here. And Tigers will get there first. Penalty corner here. So this will be the Tigers' first chance. Smith will do the insert. Take us through what the Tigers look for here, Coach.
Well, on this side, I would have said Gilbert. Gilbert's playing on this side, so maybe a pass coming across, but she always goes to the top. We got Dewey up top there, and Gilbert's looking at the opposite post. So
Clary got to throw a reverse 6. Sousa's in there. She's competitive. Rams trying to get it out. Tigers trying to keep it in. It does. It squirts out to the Rams, and it's Cunningham. Far side goes Cunningham. She's attacked by the Tigers. So at least Cunningham did a good job of picking up the loose ball and getting it out safely. And Unbeknownst to me, that's the end of the quarter.
That went. I was just thinking that went pretty
Wow.
quick.
So we played one. You see it, no score. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have more here from Hoch Field and Gardiner when we come back after these messages.
When you choose a financial institution to entrust your hard-earned money to, bigger is not necessarily better. Will you be noticed? Will you be heard? At Gardiner Federal Credit Union, our members aren't account numbers. They're our friends and neighbors. Each member has a vote, a voice. What matters to you matters to us. Lending decisions are based not solely on your credit score, but on who you truly are. We work diligently to end hunger. We volunteer in our local schools and throughout the community supporting neighborhood events. We are local people making local decisions, investing in our members and giving back to our communities. Gardiner Federal Credit Union, where your money has a voice.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardiner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-110.
Tradition and excellence are long-standing hallmarks of Gardiner Tigers athletics. Burke's Roofing and Masonry is likewise proud of our tradition of excellence. Our team of professional roofing contractors has more than 40 years of combined experience, as well as the training and knowledge to get the job done right the first time. We are proud to be a second-generation family-owned and operated business. Call us today for all your roofing and masonry needs.
We're back. Well played first quarter, as Coach McNally told you, a little bit of a feel-out process going on here. As you see Bree Smith and Taryn Nichols, they're here on the near side. Scammers are coming out, don't pay any attention to them. Trying to get you to go somewhere else to watch a game. They want your credit card. They want to go to Aruba on you. Still 3-0. Dave Dyer reporting that. We're monitoring Dave Dyer of the Central Maine newspapers feed. Thank him for that.
The first quarter, Rob, was pretty darn close. The offenses have yet to get unhooked here today. The defenses are playing pretty tight. Cony had a couple shots on goal. Gardiner had one. Penalty corners were one apiece. And the saves were 2-1. So the offenses haven't gotten unhooked yet, and I fully expect to see that coming up. Yeah. But the defenses have both played pretty solid inside the 25s.
Yeah, Clark had one good kick-out save, and Avery Maxim for the Rams really not tested. Nothing's really got through. So, as you said, the defense has been solid both ways. Yeah, that was definitely off the leg there. Even mine field hockey novice eyes saw that one. Well, Coach keeps teaching me stuff. That's an aerial. See, I didn't know that a bit ago. And Coach McNally gives me homework, and I study up.
Quizzes on Friday, and you pass them all.
That's it. So Rams took it down. That was some good work by Smith, the captain, as we said. Now Hendrickson, who got a big hit. We'll play that one back, see if she gets it back. No, they dish it inside. Does Doobie. Tigers are there for it. Tigers might have a run here. Smith kept it alive for the Tigers. She's in a tussle here. There's a good tussle there with Johnson. Hendrickson will come take the hit. Picked up by Freeman. I will tell you the big difference in daytime games, Coach McNally, is my ability to pick up these numbers a lot quicker. Although we're getting new lights across the way. They'll be in for the regional finals that are going to be held here in Gardiner next week. The MPA has designated Gardiner High School for those. So A, B, and C will be here. We won't be doing them. WHOU will have a camera. Chris Wheeler's, in fact, going to do that. He'll send a camera feed out. Won't be any play-by-play, commercials, replay. Although we haven't been able to get a replay yet because the action's been hot and heavy. If we get a big save or we get a goal, we'll bring you that. So that's next week, WHOU-FM. That is a paid subscription service.
Munzing Media has always been a free service, and that's how we started, and that's how we will go until the end of Munzing Media, because we have wonderful sponsors that support us. See some of their ads already and see more. 12:28, moving clock. It has gone quickly. Rams, though, on the attack. They get a chance here. Cunningham going to try to thread it through. Tigers come back. And close, and there'll be a corner. Penalty corner coming up. Rams force that issue, and this will be number 2, Coach?
Yes. Seems like Cony's picked up the speed a little bit, too. They're taking their free hits a little quicker. Catching at that particular run, they caught Gardiner on the heels a little bit back in the circle area.
Cunningham on the insert. Sousa came out on the attack, and Clark came out with the kick save. So as you said, Coach, yeah, for sure, the Rams on the attack here, they'll get another one. Elise Cunningham will take the ball, and she'll go and get set for the insert. She's got Freeman right here, but we'll go one more. Now Freeman will get it back on the pass. She looks across it. She does. Clark out. And high stick there. Tigers catch a break. Don't worry about the soccer game, Chris. Worry about this out here. Spin around by Smith. Feeds it back to Nichols. Nichols on the feed through, trying to connect with Smith. She can't, but follow up here by Nichols. Throws it in. And Tigers on the quick counter attack. Nichols going to line one up. Tried to drive it across. It got through. It's in the circle. Tigers are fighting for it, but not able to get it on her stick was Addison Carter. Smith trying to beat Nichols. Good battle here. Nichols stays with it. And almost won the battle, but no, it'll be Hendrickson to drive it through. Picked right out of midair. That was a heck of a play there by Gilbert. Ray Gilbert, she'll lose, dispossessed. Rams look to attack. Nichols got a piece of it. Nichols got a piece of that one too, but that'll move it up for the Rams. Caroline Hendrickson makes the pass back. Rams try to set it up. They'll try to center it, and they do. Fed through. Tigers there. They'll take it off to the side. Nichols spins back. Tried to weave it through to Smith. Couldn't. Thrown back in. And I'm not sure who that one's off of. I think it's going to go off the Tigers. Hendrickson. Tried to self-pass. Nichols on the defense here, going against Freeman. Advantageous position here for the Rams, Coach.
Right, absolutely correct.
Driven across.
Entry ball.
And Tiger ball. So Tigers kind of dodge a bullet, and I would say you picked right up on it, Coach McNally. The Rams playing a little quicker.
Right, and the Tigers still look a little tentative for me. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but they're not as tight defensively as I think Coach Gallant would want them to play up back, thus allowing some of those passes to get through when they really shouldn't. If we play tight defense on Cony, those balls aren't going to get through, but at the same time, Cony's picked up the speed a little bit, and they're getting the ball through, so.
Smith, she sends it. Able to connect with Carter, but Carter couldn't get the shot off. Sousa trying to keep it in for the Tigers. He's in a battle. Rams slow it down the open side.
We just saw in that sequence, Rob, Cony took the ball quickly, took the free hit quickly, and we still had Gardiner kids moving backwards with their eyes towards the opposite end and away from the ball. So the recovery, defensive recovery is a little slow today for some reason.
kind of ate Carter up a little bit. Got up on her feet. Ooh. Thank God for headgear or eyepieces there. That looked like it glanced off the face. I think that was Eddie Carter across the way. Sousa trying to get it through. Tigers really have not been able to press the offensive. Had very, very few shots on Avery Maxim.
Right, one.
Yeah, one. Okay. That's few. that qualifies. Coach McNally keeps stats, and the old guy tries to use his memory. But sometimes we're on the same page. That's great.
Yeah, they've had one shot and they've had one corner, but in the corner, the shot was not on the corner, so they've had 0 offensive opportunities other than that.
6:52. Hendrickson set to launch, and she can launch.
Yes, she can.
That was a launch. And tipped off Gilbert. So Rams kind of caught a break. That, I think, might have been going wide. Not sure. Because you have a do-or-die play. You're not quite sure. Freeman going to take it now. Weave in. Trying to get in the circle. Just outside. Now she'll drop it in. Tigers are there defensively. Off the side they come.
Good defensive sequence there, Rob. Dewey was on Freeman tight. Made it difficult for Freeman to get that entry ball into the circle. So that was a good defense. And then Taryn Nichols picked it up afterwards. So good defensive sequence there.
Tigers looking to move quickly. Blaze with it, but the Rams are ready. Good defense there by the Rams right at the line. Smith trying to weave through. Can't do it, but she'll get the advantage. And here she comes quickly. Looking to change field. Tries to drill it through. There's Johnson there for the Rams. Nichols will come up, take this. Connects with Smith. Taken right away and out of bounds. Hendrickson just couldn't get there. So Tigers inching their way up here on the near side. Can they turn this into a play in the corner? That's going to be drilled all the way down, chased down. Tigers catch up to it. Savvy Brown.
That pass from Taryn Nichols set that up, Rob. She sent the ball into empty space, forced her forward on that side to come out and pick up the ball. And as the forward comes out, so does the defense. And then the next pass went directly into the circle. So, great play.
Smith to insert. They went to Clary last time. Gilbert here. Gilbert tried to get past the defender. Good job by the Cony defense. Abby Morrow with a good play. Tigers turn it back. Sousa jumps on the free ball. Trying to play it up. Reverse stick there. Thrown into the circle. Bree Smith with it. Smith. Ooh. And Tigers with their best opportunity. Ball still loose. And the Rams will hold, but I think the Tigers will get something out of it. No, they won't. It went over the Rams. So good defense there by the Rams. Tigers' best opportunity right there, Coach McNally.
You're absolutely right. That was good pressure up front, but Avery Maxim came out on the first one and then went down on the subsequent rebound.
Yeah, I couldn't see who it was inside for the Tigers, battling for that. Rams aerial in, knocked down by Clary. Clary will get the hit. See if she can drive one through. She's going to wind up. And that's deflected, so Tigers were looking for the big hit by Clary, and that one kind of got away from Dewey a little bit. Hendrickson, she can drive it all the way through. So Clark played that, Coach. I'm going to ask you about that.
I'm holding my breath on that one.
So, you know, what is the play there?
Well, it's difficult for me to say from here. If the ball's outside the circle, it's driven that hard, and nobody touches it, and nobody's around, the goalie can let it go. It goes through into the goal cage, and then it becomes our ball. If, however, and this is where it gets a little snaky, if she sees or senses that there's a Cony presence anywhere near her, she's going to play it and play it out of the circle. So for me, I would have let it go into the goal area, but I'm old and can't see, and she's down there with better vision, so she probably made the right choice.
Well, you know, if you're a goaltender, make a choice and make it decisively.
Exactly.
Whichever way it is. Don't do it. Tigers pressing the issue. They're in the circle. Can they get the play? They can't. And will they get a... They'll get penalty corner out of it,
So these penalty corners are going to deem important. Both teams are going to have to. They're not going to get a ton of them, and when they do, they're going to have to get quality shots off them and hope for either a goal or a rebound. And so far, I don't think we've had quality shots on any of the... There's only been 6, so we haven't gotten quality shots off any of these penalty corners, I don't think, either side.
It's going to come in high. The set. That was a nice setup, and they got it to Gilbert. She let it go, and
tough one to control because I think she might have topped it a little bit, which causes the bounce. And then it's tough for your forwards to pick it up and play it down inside the circle. That ball at the top, from the top, you want that rolling as true as it can be, right on the top of the circle down to the goal area.
You see the time? Approaching the 1 minute mark,
Yep.
Official time. Sousa's been active in her role of defense to offense. She's well suited for that, and she's one of the ones that the Tigers will be looking to build upon here going forward. She's one of the youngsters playing for the Tigers. As you said, how many seniors for the Tigers here? A bunch of them.
I think Coach said 8.
Yeah, we had a long senior night. That's tipped and wide. Well, that'll make you hard to flutter.
Well, even that one, that was tipped by Gardiner,
Yeah.
So Cony would have had to touch it before it goes in. I know the crowd's going ooh and ah. Had it gone in the goal area, it still would have been a goal because Cony's got to touch it inside the circle area.
Shot there. And Tigers were there to block it. I think it was going wide, but nonetheless. Tigers with the defense, knowing the clock there. That was a really smart play there by Maddie Blaze because she knows the time is ticking down to about 10 seconds. So she put it out and she put it all the way across the track. Rams on the quick counter here with Freeman, and that's about going to wind it down. And we'll see. Tigers will safely clear it as clock will run down in a scoreless first half. So just as Coach McNally told you at the open, not much to choose between these two teams. Going to be a very close contest, and that's exactly what we're seeing. We'll take a 10-minute break between the halves. We'll hear from some of our great sponsors that make all of our games possible here, both our anchor sponsors and our local sponsors. First, we'll hear from Pliable.
Kaylin Bork, Riley McIntyre, Alyssa Bork, Riley Geyer, and Caleb Manuel. What do all these athletes have in common? They're all from Maine, and they're building their athlete brand with Pliable. If you're an athlete or a business that wants to learn more about name, image, and likeness opportunities and the next generation of marketing, visit pliablemarketing.com or call 707-PLIABLE.
Started by the Corliss family in Pittston in 2019, Corliss Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road, on the right off Route 27, we are committed to providing outstanding products at a fair price. We offer a variety of products for all of your needs. At Corliss Gravel Pit, our loader is always ready and on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available. And we offer discounts on large quantities as needed. We also offer plowing and sanding services during those tough Maine winters.
Corliss Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you. Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
At a family's time of loss, making arrangements with those you know and trust can lessen the burden, so you may better focus on preparations and services. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care's network of long-established, family-managed firms is here for families like yours, providing experienced and compassionate service throughout Central Maine. They are Lowry Brothers and Wheeler Funeral Homes in Fairfield and Oakland, Knowlton and Hewins and Roberts Funeral Homes, serving Augusta and Winthrop, and Staples Funeral Home for families in Gardiner, Maine. Each staff is experienced at accommodating the unique needs of the families we serve, as well as pre-arranging services for individuals. All of the Family First locations stay true to our traditions and commitment to the communities we've served for decades. Together, we join with you to celebrate lives well lived. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care, where your family is our family.
At Randolph Hardware, our game plan is simple. We offer way more than just hardware, but it all starts with a promise. We have what you need and always with a smile. We have a huge selection of paint, plumbing, electrical, and gardening supplies to help you complete simple projects to major home renovations. We also offer a rental center, factory authorized power equipment repair, and the best tool selection around. So stop in today and let the Randolph Hardware team help make your project a winner.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the Gosline Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the Gosline Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
We welcome you back here to Hoch Field, a scoreless tie. One of the folks that we also want to mention here is our friends at AYS. They've got a new facility. I thought I had the graphic there. I must have sent that somewhere. But they've built some new basketball courts out there. Shane Epps and her family. They're going to have a great facility out there. Got lights, and we're just waiting. Today would have been a good day, but I got busy. Maybe tomorrow will be a good day. I'll go get some more aerial footage of that. I've got the before. We want the after picture, waiting for some of the fencing to get in there. Let's turn it over to Coach. First half stats. Shouldn't take you long, Coach.
No, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be, though. We thought it was going to be close, and it certainly is. We take a look at shots on goal, and as I alluded to, we really haven't had quality shots from either team, so we haven't seen a whole lot of offense. Gardiner's got 2 shots on goal for the half. Cony's got 4. Penalty corners, again, 3 and 3 for both teams. Goalie saves, Gardiner goalie Cassidy Clark's got 4, and Avery Maxim for Cony's got 2. So the defensive, we've seen the ball mostly between the 25s. The defenses have come up big on both ends for the team. So I'm hoping, or I think both coaches are looking at the second half to have more offensive push inside the circles to up the ante on the shots.
We'll get a final to report in soccer, boys soccer. Gardiner Tigers, they move on. They win 3-1. The Munson Media correspondent at home, Andrea Creamer, reporting that score into Munson Media. As you know, you did parent-teacher conferences like I did for a lot of years. Did you ever say, I don't want to do this and fake a sickness?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't either. And I don't know, Mademoiselle Creamer homesick and conferences. And no, I'm just kidding her. And she's one of the most dedicated teachers we've ever had here. And she personifies the staff supporting the kids, and so many of the staff members here at Gardiner High School, all the way back to our time coach in the dark ages, supporting athletics and just.
I've never met Andrea Creamer, but boy, I've seen her at games, and I've heard the kids talk lovingly about her and the support she gives to every team, and not just the team. She goes to all the musical events. She goes to everything, the dramatic events, everything that's happening at Gardiner. She is. She's one of a kind, we'll put it that way.
Absolutely, yeah. We're lucky to have Andrea and so many of the, like I said, the staff at Gardiner High School. And we know many of them are watching. Many former staff watch our games as well. And if we see them on, we give them a shout-out. Let you know we're thinking of you. Tigers are going to have the ball here. You see it right off. Let's get our scoreboard up and set to go. If you're just joining us, Rams in red, right to left on your screen. Tigers in white. Tigers attacked early, couldn't get anything going. The Rams attacked after that, and then it was back and forth. So we'll see. Coach McNally told you teams seem a little tight. Might be just the Cony-Gardiner rivalry, the thought of going home, and probably both coaches talking that up, and both veteran coaches here. They're going to get these kids ready to go here in the second half. We're liable to see a completely turned around game here, some wide open play. So you get ready at home. We'll let the goaltenders get ready too. They'll probably face a little more action here in the second half.
Oh, I'm sure both coaches told their teams that they need to get into the circle as quickly as possible. And then once the ball's in the circle, put some pressure on. I don't think either one of these teams want to win it in overtime.
Well, overtime, you're bad bounce away from going home. And, if you can keep it in your hands, in regulation play. And Hendrickson trying to figure out where they want her. She's just at the 50, and she can drive it through. Tigers know that. They defend it pretty well, but it was able to get into the hands of Cunningham, who's been active today. Thrown in. Kicked and deflected out. Comes to the corner. In front and just wide. Rams with a good early chance there. Rams will turn it back at midfield, but now the Tigers on the counter. They've got numbers. Smith down the far side. Bree trying to maneuver. Little pass back. Had Addison Carter with her, and they'll leave it there. Nichols will come in for the hit.
think it is Nichols. That's all the way across. Can't tell. Cony on the intercept. I think that previous hit was Clary.
I think you're right, Coach.
Thrown through by Gilbert. Smith. Carter now. Nice little maneuver, but she lost it, but it comes out, leaks out to the Tigers. They'll try to throw it in the circle. They can't get it through. Impenetrable wall there. Gilbert. She's going to reverse the field. Will it stay in? Tigers on the hunt with Sousa. Gabby was going full speed and couldn't quite connect. Sousa read that and said, I'll let that go. It'll be mine. Just inside the 50-yard line for Gabby. She wants the aerial. She does.
Those are tough calls. Aerial on the sideline's a tough call. You've got to make sure you put it in space. Because you have time is out and you go to the sideline to set the ball down, the opposing team has time to set up for it. And the aerial is dangerous if it goes into any more than a couple kids standing there. So it's a tough, you got to find the open space if you're going to use an aerial on the side.
Yeah, a little late whistle there. It was clearly up in Sousa's shins, and that one's lifted out for the Rams, so Tigers will get it. Rayleigh Gilbert, she's got a big hit. She'll drive it through, trying to connect here on the near side with McKenna Johnson. Couldn't do it. Cleary takes it to the side. Dewey drops it down to Smith. See if they can get it back to Cleary. Can't. They'll get it to Carter instead. Carter maneuvers back, drops it for Dewey Cleary. She's going to follow up with it, poke it through, chase it down, and she'll win that battle. But Rams trying to do some work there, and they do a pretty good job with Doobie. Tigers step up. Maddie Blaze dispossessed. Rams drill it to midfield. Tigers ball. Gilbert. She have the big hit. We'll see. Goes aerial. That was knocked down. That was a good stick work. Keep it in play by Freeman. Sousa attacks Freeman and Gilbert also, but it'll be Rams ball. Shadows on the field. Rob Munsing and Mo McNally joining up here. Ooh, that came up. That's Bree across the way. Bree Smith took one up. Shakes it off. She's going to have to hit me harder than that, get me out of a Cony Gardiner game. See the trucks across the way. They're going to fix the lights. We're going to have LED lights on that panel. Going to brighten things up. I won't have to use my lights at home, Mo. Yeah, use the lights down here at Hoch Field from Pope Street.
And I bet those new lights will come on when you flip the switch, too.
Yeah. Well, they looked at the wiring from 1910 that was installed. No, actually, the lights are 32 years old. 1990 they went up, but they'd serve their purpose, just like the field. They were going to get start with one panel of new lights and replace them all. Leave your check for $40,000 here, Mo, before you go tonight. We can do that tomorrow.
Oh, I got it right in my back pocket, cash.
Tigers trying to press it.
You did say $4.
Yeah. Both teams working hard. I think everybody's sensing right now, get a goal and it might hold. Do you talk about that, Coach? As the coaching staff, you say, let's just get one, it might do it.
Well, of course, you talk about goals all halftime because you know you have to have them. In a Cony Gardiner game, because they're often 2-1, one, yeah, you're absolutely right. One might do it.
Fed through, chased down, and let's see, it's going to be Ram ball, not able to get the stick to keep it in play with Tigers. That was a chance. Tigers, that one leaked through, and they almost had an opportunity. Sousa had to bounce away from her. Cunningham.
Nice poke.
And Megan Gallagher came up and make the play for the Tigers. Megan, one of the seniors. Just her second year playing field hockey, and she's the leader out there. The defensive end for the Tigers has been all year. We'll be calling her three-point shots out here pretty soon. Get down in the court. She and McKenna Johnson. Fed through. In the circle, Tigers with an opportunity. And they'll get a corner. Penalty corner coming up for the Tigers, so they force the issue there. Got the penalty corner.
I think we'll see too, Robin. I think we saw it on that particular sequence. If either team will go to a short passing game, it's going to speed the game up. The dribble, as you well know, slows the ball down, slows the game down. So if we can get to a quick passing game, it's going to speed the game up. You're going to get in the circle quicker.
Tigers in I formation off the insert. And they get it out successfully. The cross right there in front. Oh, it's tipped and just wide. That was the best opportunity for the Tigers right there. They went to I formation on the insert. I'm not sure what that's called, Coach, but I would certainly call it I formation.
I think you can call it that. I don't think there is a name for that, but you're absolutely right. It came out of that particular formation. Dewey took it over to the right and then puts it on his strong side and sends it to the left post. Had the ball bounce correctly, might have had that one in, but that was the best opportunity for Gardiner that we've seen.
Well, we can take a look at that, Coach McNally, and you can talk it through a little bit. I'm going to get one of our first replays up here as we've got the timeout, so Coach will be able to give you. We're going to slow it down since we have time. We'll put it down in super slow speed here, Coach, and you'll be able to talk this through. Sure, I got the correct beginning of it. Okay, here we go, Coach. You can see it come up on your screen.
Yeah, and there's the I formation that Coach Munsing's talking about. And Dewey's, I think, going to come up with the ball here. And the first two forwards are going to fan out and go to the post. Dewey picks it up. She's going to pick it up right here. She's going to come to the right, which is her strong stick side. We got the post covered. We've got the mid-circle covered as well with people at the penalty stroke line. And Dewey's going to send it right straight through the opposite post and hope somebody's got a stick down. Beautiful execution, balls on the ground. Sticks are coming through. You see we've got three players on the left. And the ball just took a tough bounce right there. But kids were positioned perfectly.
Nice job on that, explaining all that, Coach. And what do they call that formation? I mean, I'm using my football terminology to call it I formation, but
I don't think there's any name for it.
Well, we're going to call it I formation from now on.
I think that fits.
Great job on the camera work by our Chris Wheeler. Gave you a great look at that, and Coach with a great explanation. That's something you don't get everywhere else with the replay and the expertise that we bring in with our color analysts. So Tigers, a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, they've had the momentum the last 5 or 6 minutes here, Rob. If they can just get in the circle and create some type of an opportunity, either a shot or a penalty corner.
That ball have to come all the way back. That headed to the new Boys and Girls Club. They've demolished the old one. That's gone. That's going to be a multi-purpose field, grass field. Fed through. Can the Tigers get on it? Comes out to Sousa. Sousa drives one through. At the corner. Tigers press, so that was a save. That time, that was one of the few saves Maxim's had. She made a good save, but Tigers' advantage.
That was a hand pad save, too. It wasn't a kick. It was with her hands, so she had a good angle on that particular one.
5:23. Conventional setup here. Tigers cross it.
Oh, shoot.
Just didn't get through. Now it's loose. Shot, save, Maxim. Tigers press it. Comes through. Tigers will get another penalty corner. So Tigers being the aggressive here. They'll look to the side and Coach will signal in. What do you have, signals and numbers? How do you get the How do you get them in, Coach?
Either way.
Yeah.
We have used colors before. I think Coach is still using colors. But it's the same thing. Colors, numbers, combinations of such.
Smith with the insert. Comes in high. Clary's got it. Trying to get maneuver. She can't do it. Good job by Cony. Now put back into the circle to the corner. Tigers fight for control, and Rams are fighting to clear it out. That one's going to bounce and be knocked down, and corner again.
Tara Nichols played that beautifully. She's playing that. She's picking up all balls that come outside the circle. So she played that absolutely beautifully on those penalty corners. Started at the top, picked one up, threw it back in, went to the left, picked one up outside the circle, threw it back in. Perfect defense.
Bree Smith inserts with 4 minutes in the third. Tigers back to Smith. She's loose. Centers it. And Cony will take control. Sabri Brown had an opportunity there, but Cony was able to make the defensive play. And here come the Tigers. Tigers have tilted the field. Thrown in. Freeman trying to get it out. She can't. Now Freeman makes a good play. Rams trying to go. Tigers have had the better of the play. Nichols with a nice play there. Some nice stick work by Taryn. She throws it through. Battle right at the 30-yard line. Sousa's got it back. She'll try to get some field, and she does. Sweeps it. But Natalie Doobie was there for the Rams.
Gardiner seems to be using the width of the field this quarter that they hadn't used in the beginning too, which spreads out the Cony defense and opens holes for the ball to go into the circle.
Doobie. Clary stepped in, but it went right past her to Freeman. Freeman shoots it through. Maddie Blaze here for the Tigers takes it wide. Smith's on her. Maddie Blaze with a good job. Couldn't get it through. Rams looking to counter. Good step up that time by Gilbert. Down the far side, must be Smith. On Nichols, that's who's on that side. Freeman in the battle there, far side for the Rams. Trying to stick handle up the far side. Freeman will get the attack going again for the Cony Rams. Thrown up and out. See if it deflected off a Tiger or not. I believe it did. Coach Praise watching inside parent-teacher conferences, and she's cheering, and the parents don't know what's going on out in the hallway. Rams on the attack. They've changed field. They look to see if they can get a corner. They can't. Tigers come out. Tigers got some field, far side. Rams get back quickly. Johnson, but now Tigers will change field. Over to McKenna Johnson. McKenna throws it through.
Nice pass.
Sabri Brown throws it in front. Almost deflected there for the Tigers. And I believe we're seeing Chasen in the game for the first time. I believe I saw number 4 out there. Dewey going to take it back, get some room, try to thread it through. And Hendrickson's going to pick it up for the hit. We're ticking down to the close of the third. Still no score, and that's probably going to just about do it here. Rams will get a hit, but I don't think they can do anything in the remaining few seconds here. Freeman just going to play it back safely and let the quarter go. As we've seen Breakneck action here in the third for both teams. More Tigers with the better opportunities in this one, but no score. We'll come back. We'll decide this one, but it's going to take 4 quarters or maybe overtime. We'll come back here to Gardiner's Hoch Field when we come back after this.
Started by the Corliss family in Pittston in 2019. Corliss Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road, on the right off Route 27. We are committed to providing outstanding products at a fair price. We offer a variety of products for all of your needs. At Corliss Gravel Pit, our loader is always ready and on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available. And we offer discounts on large quantities as needed. We also offer plowing and sanding services during those tough Maine winters.
Corliss Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
Rob Munzing, the coach, Coach McNally. Karen Perry's up here in the press box with us, doing some sporting. Chris Wheeler on the camera. Welcome to all the Gardiner staff watching in their classrooms, cheering wildly for good things to happen, and parents walking by thinking you're crazy because you're talking to nobody. But we've got a quarter to play, maybe more.
As you said, Rob, Gardiner had the advantage during the third quarter. They had 3 shots on goal to Cony's 1. They had 4 penalty corners, and Cony didn't have a penalty corner. So, as you so often say, the field tipped a little bit in Gardiner's favor the third quarter, but it all comes down to this fourth quarter.
And Tigers will possess. They'll try to drive it through. And Freeman, who's been all over the place for the Rams, takes the counterattack. Nichols takes it safely in space. Taryn sees the field so well, Mo. You've mentioned that several times, and she did it perfectly right there. Found the free space so she could make the pass, and now the Tigers are on the attack down the far side, looking for a centering pass. As they try to cross it through, they do, and they'll get a penalty corner right out of the gate. So got to credit all the way back to Taryn Nichols' play back out at midfield, Coach.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. She is very athletic, plays well beyond the sophomore that she is. Seems to see where the pass goes, and they've got a great combination with Taryn Nichols, Addie Carter, and Bree Smith on that side. Very strong left side, which you don't always see.
Insert comes in, the big hit. Ooh! Oh, that was a beautiful save by Maxim. I think she made the save, or maybe one of the Rams. I think it was Maxim.
I think you're right.
With the save. That was a bomb.
Talk about a kid who plays beyond her years. We've got to remember that Maxim's a freshman in there. This is her first tournament game, playing against a traditional rival. She's made some terrific saves and had a great season.
Well, there have been a million Maxims playing athletics up at Cony for years, and not sure which family. So the Rams changed the field quickly, and Gallagher's got to take it out to the side. She lost it. Rams. Couldn't get it through, but another chance here for Smith. The shot. Save. Ball's loose. And penalty corner for Cony. So, boy, didn't things change quickly.
Oh, my gosh. Doesn't take long to get down the field.
Well, as time ticks down, there's still plenty of time left in this one, but these penalty corners become really, really important. Cunningham on the insert again, as she has all game. Gets it in. Up to Freeman. Freeman. Got upended. Sousa came on the defense. And what will the call be here, Coach?
Well, I'm not sure. I was going to go with a penalty corner, but I thought I saw another motion.
Will it be a penalty shot?
Yes, it is. I saw her motion penalty stroke. So it is a penalty
And what's
stroke.
the criteria for that? I've got the replay of that play we can look at later.
Well, anytime a sure shot on goal is stopped illegally, it's a penalty stroke.
So we're going to zoom in on this, give you a good view of it.
And this is Macy Freeman.
So Freeman against Cassidy Clark. And score. So the Rams will go up 1-0 on the penalty shot. And really not much a keeper can do.
Right, that was a sharp shot into the upper corner.
Let's look at the first play, Coach. Let's look at what led to the penalty shot. Take us through this play. Comes Sousa.
Yeah, Sousa took her off the ball. She's inside the circle. She took her off the ball, and as I said, the rationale for a penalty stroke has to be that a sure shot on goal is stopped illegally.
And here's the shot. Far side. Nothing Clark can do there. So now we're back to live action. So Tigers with some work to do here. So Rams have gone up 1-0. Well, how quickly it changed, right? Tigers were on the attack. They'd had a multitude of penalty corners. Rams came up, changed the field. They got their penalty corner, led to the infraction, and then the penalty shot by Freeman is the difference in the game. So Tigers still, if you're rooting for the Tigers, they've still got 12 minutes to get it done. If you're rooting for the Rams, they got 12 minutes to see if that goal can hold up. So we'll see how it plays out. That's why we're here. We'll bring it to you. We know a lot of you had to work probably till 5 or so, and you're home cooking supper and get the game on, or like many of our teachers and parent-teacher conferences. So we're glad we're here for you. So Tigers really don't need to change anything, Coach McNally. They had some good opportunities.
Right, and one would hope as a coach, you hope it doesn't take them out of the game. Hope they don't there's plenty of time left. Hope they don't get shook up and frustrated. If they keep throwing the ball into the circle, using the short passing game, widen the field out, they get back into the circle and get some shots off.
Was the key to that call that she was in the circle?
Yes. And it has to be, in the official's mind, it has to be that it was a sure shot on goal. And
well, I didn't know about that.
I'm a little shaky about it.
I'm not sure that she was ready for a shot. But
I am not either. I was thinking it was going to be a penalty corner.
The furthest thing from my thought process is to do any questioning of the officials. One, because I don't like to do it, and two, I don't even not know what's going on. I don't even suspect things most of the time. So
you're absolutely
that's why
right,
I'm leaving
it has
it
to
to
be
you.
in the circle. It has to be an infraction in the circle, but the definition of a penalty stroke.
Well, it would be a good one for everybody involved in the game to chew over. Officials and whatnot, to look at that and learn from it.
And as we said before, we're up in the booth and may not have seen something that the official did or something that might have been said. I'm not really sure.
We, Coach and I, both longtime coaches, probably got about 60 years or 70 years of coaching between us. We understand the role that officials play, and that we don't play any of these games without them. We're thankful. We're thankful that these people come out and give up their time. So Rams on the attack. And they seem to have picked it up since their goal. Shot there. What a great save there by Clark. And she'll kick it out. Boy, that earmark that one if the Tigers come back and get the equalizer, Coach.
Right. That was another.
Because
she
that was
off balance too.
Yeah, that was a keep the score right at 1-0. Sousa here. Rams looking to sweep it in. Cunningham with it. She does. Tigers possess, get it to the outside. Now they'll chase it down. Cunningham there for the Rams. Tigers will possess.
Boy, this has been a game of changes in momentum, Rob, huh?
Big drive there, knocked out. Want to thank Darlings, Kennebec Savings Bank, G&E Roofing, E.J. Prescott, Mainex, Steve McGee Construction, Black Diamond Consultants, Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation, Coots Brothers, and Pine State for their great contributions making this field a reality. The old days, this game would have been played up at a turf field in Messalonsky or somewhere, Kent's Hill.
Absolutely.
Because you wouldn't play on either one of these two fields back in the grass days.
Not without a rowboat and oars.
Natalie Doobie. Sousa jumps in. Gabby trying to clear, goes out, but run down by Doobie. If you're just tuning in, we're tapped into the scoreboard here. So let's go back, and I'm going to slow it down even more, Coach, for you to take a look at here. This is the infraction called right here, okay?
Gotcha.
Here it comes.
Gabby's coming out. It's on a penalty corner, so we know the ball is just outside the circle. Macy Freeman is now inside the circle. Gabby hits it with a shoulder. The ball is not, there's no shot. The ball's, you can see the ball's inside the circle. So it's...
Yeah, what happened to Gabby, as I looked at it again, Coach, she kind of lost. Well, look at it. Watch her. She kind of, and this happens on turf a lot. If you've ever played on turf, you'll know this happens to you. You can stub your toe. We'll take a look at it again. Just for kind of educational purposes. Gabby is on the attack, and she kind of stubs her toe and loses her balance here a little bit. See right there? Right, she kind of loses her balance and kind of gets in the way of Macy Freeman.
Right. I don't see a shot, and I don't see an intentional push. There was nothing intentional about it. Gabby was trying to get out of the way, but obviously couldn't. And there's no shot. So I'd like to know what the explanation is, I guess.
And then there was a bomb of a penalty shot by Freeman. Then we can show you her goal right here.
Right, it's a great penalty stroke. One of the toughest places for a goalie to pick up a ball is in that mid-range, around the waist area. She's got to stick high, she's got her legs low, but in the mid-range waist area, it's tough to pick it up, and Macy put that in the exact right spot.
Didn't call it, but I'm guessing that was a Gardiner timeout.
I think it was, yeah, Rob.
Savvy Brown fighting for it. Rams with the hit. Hendrickson usually drives it through. She got a bouncer there that Sousa plays over far side. Carter trying to get some wiggle room here. Can't do it, but Tigers will have a hit here, and they'll take it quickly with Nichols coming to the open area. She came out to clear it through, and she does. Tigers are going to get a penalty corner themselves. So Tigers came out with a timeout, and that's what you like to see. That's when you're getting some good coaching done down there in Sharon Glenn. One of the best.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they came out with guns blazing and ended up back down in the circle area. So, as we said in the beginning, there's no dying, no quit in either one of these teams.
Tigers reverse stick, and they get it through. They'll get another one. It was infraction Rams, so Tigers didn't get a clean shot off that.
And as we said before, and I know you've heard me say this before, Rob, if you can't get that clean shot, get us another corner. Multiple corners very often end up in a goal. So if you can get multiple corners, your chances obviously are a lot better.
Insert comes right in. Tigers going to cross the field. They got an open area there, thrown across. Ooh, and right inside goal for the Tigers. I think it's Smith.
Smith from Nichols, it looks like, Rob.
So the Tigers tie it up. So just what you said, Coach McNally. If you can't score in the first one, get another. Wear the team down. We're going to take a look at it here. Break it down, Coach McNally.
Well, I think we've got the ball coming in on the penalty corner, and it comes over to the left side. We've got it coming out of the circle, and Nichols picks it up, sends it back in. Bree Smith's right on the corner, sends it right across. Oh, Bree Smith's on this side. Comes right across in front of the goalie, which is where it should be, and we've got a plant on the opposite corner, so great execution.
So we're down under 6 minutes, and we're back where we started this thing, tied up. Well, great timeout by Coach Gallant right there, because they took the timeout and then they went on the attack. Gave her kids fresh legs, and now Cony's on the attack here. Gallagher's going to have to clear it out the side, and there goes Megan. But the Rams reverse stick it through, and now it squirts out, I think, to the far side. Tigers with some field. They got Savannah Brown here wide open. They couldn't get it all the way across to her. That one was kind of scuffed that time by Hendrickson. Usually she's got the big hit, but the Rams have it. Sometimes things work out. Freeman has got the Cony goal. Bree Smith with the Tiger goal. We might need the lights on before we finish this one. Gilbert on the attack for the on the defense for the Tigers does a good job. Ray. Yes. Gets it out.
What a nice addition she's been to this team this year.
We're waiting to see her in softball. She's going to be a pitcher she's going to Division II to play softball.
That's what I understand.
I mean, the Gardiner Tigers, they've already got two great pitchers. You had a third one in there, and wow.
Good things to come in the spring, that's for sure.
Might snow for that.
A little bit.
About 4 minutes left.
Both teams right now have got a little extra spring in their steps.
Yeah.
I expected this in the first quarter. But
it's not sudden death right now, but you would think a goal right now might be the winner. Cunningham came down, but you've got a turf ball there. Stuck in the turf. Gallagher. Dispossessed. Freeman throws it through, and Tigers will clear it out to the open side. Addison Carter over there keeps it in. Addison on a good hustle there. Couldn't get it through, though. Ram ball. Blocked by the Tigers. Some fortitude shown there off the hard hit by Hendrickson. Getting in the way of that thing. 3:14. We won't take the time here during the action, but Coach McNally will go over overtime during the break if that's where we indeed go. So Tigers with a good opportunity here. Dewey Clary going to come in. See if she can launch one. Dewey throws it through. It's tipped. In front. Centered. And Rams get it. Hendrickson's going to try to change the field if she can. Out to midfield. Stepped in. Gilbert. Some fancy footwork and stick work there down about the 30-yard line. Now she'll get it. Ray Gilbert tries to throw it through. She got blocked by Smith over there. But Gilbert will get it here, and she's got a big hit. She's going to throw it in. Won't get through. Rams block it. Comes back out. Tigers counter, but it's Ram ball, and Hendrickson's going to get it. Great play by Clary, I think, right there. And now what?
That was off her foot, but she's in the right place.
I think she put her stick down and then stepped on it. So to come back to the spot with 1:55 left here. Rams will possess here. Freeman, 139.
I don't have to give you the time. It's official. Right at the top of your screen. And it's driven through. Dangerous here. Rams with a chance. And Cunningham just had it roll off. That was a great opportunity for the Rams on a through ball. It's going to come out here to Freeman. Back to Hendrickson. She lets it go, gets it back on the deflection. Tigers now got it. And they change it. Tigers trying to work through. They can, but it'll be Tiger ball. Right at about the 40-yard line, under a minute. Sousa will get it back. Can she get a big hit through?
Nope.
Swing and a miss. So if you don't hit the ball, you got to give it up?
Well, no. If it's dangerous, if there's somebody within that stick coming up. So I think
Okay.
it was more the stick coming up in the air, uncontrolled.
A good through ball by Hendrickson. Gallagher with some good defense. She was 1-on-2 and managed to make the play. McKenna Johnson took that one. Sousa, who seemingly has been everywhere today, spins out. Fancy stick handling, gets it off to the side for the Tigers in a safe place. Tigers just playing for overtime here as they should, as they're on their end of the field. And the Rams are on the attack, but there won't be time for that. Well, we're going to stay right here. We have our ads to run for our players of the game, but we're not ready to award those yet. So why don't we stay right here? What will it be, Coach McNally? A couple of minutes break here?
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do is let's look at how we got here to this spot. We'll take a look first at the Cony goal. That was a penalty shot, and the Macy Freeman's going to get this, and we've shown you this a few times. We'll show it to you again here. Just no chance for Clark on that one, as that's just labeled from the get-go.
That's perfect placement, just perfect placement on that penalty stroke. Very strong, very sharp.
And Tigers, multiple corners, penalty corners for the Tigers, and they finally were able to cash in on that. We can slow this down even a little more and have Coach McNally take you through the process here. Smith on the insert, and eventually it's going to come back to Smith. See where Smith is right there. Eventually she's going to park herself right on that post that you see to her near side.
Right. Insert's coming at this particular point.
We'll slow it way down, Coach, so talk slowly.
Coming up to the top on the right side. The ball's coming across to the left side. It goes
that was
behind
McKenna Johnson with a nice
goes
cross.
behind Dewey Clary. Taryn Nichols picks it up, sends it back into the goal area. Comes down through, and I think it's Carter, and then Bree Smith's over on this side. Goes right in front of the goalie pads. Shot pass between the goalie pads and penalty stroke line, and Bree Smith's got to stick down where it should be on this post.
Yeah, it's kind of a zigzag from where it came in, went across. McKenna Johnson, I didn't recognize that at the time. McKenna made the good play across.
Right.
The first good play came across. She crossed it to an open Taryn Nichols, and then Nichols threw it back across to the other side. And, of course, when you get all that zigzagging going on, it's hard to mark up.
Exactly. And they're quick and they're crisp. They're short passes, so the defense is moving. And you got to remember that the offense outnumbers the defense on those penalty corners. So if you get the defense moving, it's much easier to get a shot off.
So let's talk overtime, Coach.
Well, it's the same as regular overtimes during the season until we get past the sudden victories. We're going to start out. We're going to play 2 8-minute 7v7 sudden victories. And what sudden victory means, whoever scores first wins. So you're going to go through 2 7v7s. And then it gets a little different. From then we go into corners with depleted players. After the 2 8-minute sudden victory overtimes, you go into corner play. And you're going to have 6 players on offense and 6 players on defense for each team. You're going to go set of 3 corners apiece, and we'll talk more about it if we get to that. But they're equal opportunity corners, so each team has the same opportunity of corners. And again, you have to come out ahead on those corners. And they continue until certain things happen. We'll go over those later. But right now, we're going to start 7v7s for eight minutes. And if we don't score here, we'll play another one for 8 minutes.
I'm going to have Chris show you across the way because I don't know if this is going to come into play with the lights today. So you can see the bucket truck across the way. They put the new lights up. But normally we would have what is to the left of the bucket truck right there, the temporary lights that we've been using for that part of the field, Coach.
Right.
And we have the far bank of lights on. And I believe that sunset is about coming up within the next 10 minutes. So they'll probably hit the rest of the lights up. And I don't know what we'll do across the way.
That could play into it. You're absolutely right.
7-on-7. Let's do it. Sudden victory. Aerial to start with. Tigers now attacking right to left. Rams in the dark shirts if you're just joining us. And it's 7-on-7, which opens up the field, becomes a speed game. Which team has the advantage speed-wise, Coach?
Well, I think that's pretty equal. I think both teams have got a decent speed out there. But I think what happens is that both teams have to adjust to a little different ball game. The long, hard hit is going to be basically useless unless you get a breakaway. This turns into a 10 to 15-yard passing game, and you really have to be aware of where your teammates are. The passes have to be exact. They have to be to space where your teammates are going.
Cunningham tried to feed it through. And now the Tigers. Open field, and you'll see that a lot. You can make a run, self-pass. Dewey, Cleary. Gets dispossessed. That's a great play by Hendrickson, and she can change it. Throws it ahead. Gallagher, the only one back there for the Tigers. I'm sorry, that's not Gallagher. That was Maddie Blaze. That's Maddie's side right there. And Maddie did a good job. Yeah, they get the new lights on up above, if you can see them. And they give some pretty good brightness. So Rams throw it back, and they were able to run it down. An advantage Tigers. And taking these quickly, Coach, is really on a 7-on-7.
You're absolutely
a huge
right.
advantage, isn't it? I mean, the quicker you can go, I mean, you can come and you can change field and you can get yourself a 2-on-1. This gives the Rams time to get back, though, Cleary.
Exactly. Field position is important, too. If you got a free hit, your teammates, there's only a few of them, your teammates have to spread out and get an open space. When you're playing 11-on-11, you can hide a teammate or two who happens not to be in the right place. But in order to create offense here on 7v7, your teammates have to quickly get into space and get ready for that pass off the free hit.
So Tigers will get a hit here. They have an advantage. Who's going to come in and take it here? Gilbert, I believe. She brings it back out, drills it through. That was a high stick in the circle, it looked like to me.
Me as well.
And here comes Freeman. She's got the goal. She's got a run coming. Freeman still with it. Throws it through. Ball's loose. Cleary on it for the Tigers. Reverse stick and penalty corner. So explain the difference on 7-on-7 with this, Coach, for the corners.
Well, because we've got depleted numbers out there to begin with, if you take a look in the Gardiner goal area, we've only got 3 defensive players and a goalie in there. So you've got 4 defensive players instead of 5. Cony has a chance. They could bring up as many offensive players as they want up here. They've got one back at the 50 and one back at the 25, but they could bring up the kid at the 50 as well. So that it's depleted numbers up here as well.
Cunningham to Freeman. Freeman centers it. Ball's loose. And Tigers with some good defense there. They'll try to hurry up and see if they can catch the Rams. Maddie Blaze throws it up through the 50-yard line. Smith, who's got the goal, across. Tigers got a 3-on-2 if they can get it. Smith gets it, throws it through. Maxim came out with the kick, and we got a collision. Tigers want to get a swap here.
As one can imagine, conditioning has a huge impact in this particular game, this part of the game. And most of these kids have already played 60 minutes.
Yeah, Smith with it here. Isabella Smith chased down by Clary. Clary trying to get the angle on her. Smith trying to go across, and corner coming up here. Penalty corner again. Three and a half minutes. Sudden victory on a goal. Cunningham conferring with her teammates. She's got, of course, the ever-dangerous Freeman out there, number 4. Across the way is Smith. We'll see what Cunningham wants to do to Freeman. Into the circle. She's got to run, throws it out. Kick out save. Now the Tigers got a break. They've got a 3-on-2.
Nice pass.
That's centered.
Back. Oh, there we go.
Here comes the run for the Tigers. The shot, kicked out. Tigers press it. Loose ball. Spin around, can't get it. And good job by the Rams getting back, and that was exciting for the Tigers for a bit. They had an opportunity.
That was great
McKenna
hustle.
Johnson.
Great hustle with the Cony Rams getting back on defense there. The freshman goalie was ready.
She made the initial one. Tigers. About the 2-minute mark. 7-on-7 is a test of endurance as well. Got some terrific in-shape athletes out here. When you look at these kids running up and down this long field,
yeah, exactly.
They're still running like gazelles. Freeman set to launch. She does. And did it get touched? That's the question.
She's saying no, so it's got
good read by the Tigers on that one, letting that one go out. Tigers try to drive it up, and they do. Rams are back at about the 40. Now it skips inside. Johnson takes it off to the side, but the Tigers. McKenna Johnson, here comes McKenna, flying up, gets dispossessed. Cleared. Cleary got a piece of it. Throws it to the open side. McKenna Johnson throws it through. Tigers follow up on the D. Thrown through, but blocked by the Rams. And good play by Doobie, but it'll turn over the Tigers. Taryn Nichols. Taryn assist on the goal. Gets that one through to Smith. Smith is dangerous if they can get her in the scoring position. Smith trying to get it to Sousa. Now she reverses and throws it through. No, nothing bad about that. Throw it on net here with 26 seconds left. Tigers got to chase it down. Time's are ticking away.
Carolyn Hendrickson has had 3 great defensive plays. She's picked up the balls coming in and taking them wide. In this last sequence, she saved shots on goal, I'm sure.
Tigers trying to get going, and they'll need a through pass, and they can't get it, and that'll probably do it right there. And waiting back there and clearing it was Maddie Blaze, and that is going to do it for the first overtime. What a game we have here between the rivals. The lights are on here at Gardiner. Well, you know, when I set this game up, Coach, I have to put an end time to it. You see the 2 lights.
Right.
Those are the ones they were able to get in today before the conditions got a little bit windy. They'll fill that bank out here upcoming, and they'll have them here for the regional final here that's going to be here next week if we're done with this game. So if you're just joining us, we played 1 overtime, 1-1. Nothing to report in that first overtime other than kids running up and down the field, giving it their all, and the keepers weren't too busy as the defense did a good job as the field changed. So in second overtime, Coach, do you sometimes say, okay, well, let's get some fresh legs in there? Is that a consideration? Would you make a lineup change? Or how do you do that? You must think about it ahead of time as to what you'd want to do.
Right. Most coaches have their overtime lineup set before overtime happens in regular season and certainly in tournament time. Depends on the conditioning of your team. Depends on the kids you've got on your team. So, yeah, you've got to put some fresh legs in there, especially kids who have had some long sprints during that first. And you can sub, so you can keep like a Macy Freeman or a Dewey Clary out for a few seconds to give them a few seconds longer, but you're not going to be without them long.
So we're going to do this one more time. Of course, it's sudden victory here in this 8-minute stretch. And then after that, it gets curiouser and curiouser, doesn't it, Coach?
Well, it does. Then we go into penalty corners, and penalty corners are played similarly to what happens in the regular game, except there are 6 players on offense, 6 players on defense. You start out with sets of 3, so the first set of 3, each team will get 3 corners apiece. If a team scores on the first corner and the opposing team does not score on their first corner, game over. So it's equal opportunity until somebody wins.
And do they do that on the same side of the field?
Yes, the officials usually will pick one side of the field to play on, and then all the corners will take place there. All the kids involved in corners will be up by the 50. And the corners will continue until a goal is scored, the offense hits the ball over the end line or the sideline, the offense fouls, or defense clears the ball over the 25. So you could have multiple corners off a corner as well.
Want to see who's in there for the Tigers. Seeing Nichols.
Yes.
Dewey Clary, of course, and now we're taking a look at the front line players. McKenna Johnson, number 9. Clary back. Really becomes a sharp passing game, as Coach McNally told you.
It's an exact passing game. It has to be exact. There's no sense running needlessly when you don't have to. So you got to look for that pass, unless you've got a breakaway like there.
Tigers played it well. Take it to the side, try to clear it out, and now they can. And that'll be out off the Rams. Tigers ball. Taryn Nichols, she's played a terrific game. Tigers take it quickly. They throw it down, trying to connect with Johnson. But Cunningham, who's likewise played a tremendous game for the Rams, is right there. Bree Smith doing some fancy stick work, trying to get loose, and she does. Throws it through. It's going to go wide, and Maxim will let that go. Remember, Maxim, a freshman, she is playing like a veteran here. Of course, you're towards the end of the season now, so she's got quite a few games under her belt and has played well. Both goaltenders have played well here in this one, a 1-1 game. Rams look to attack, look to swing it around. They'll get the advantage here. That was a good attack.
This is Abby Morrow with the ball, and she is dangerous anytime she gets the ball.
Yeah, Abby's been playing back, but she can also attack, as you said. Tigers trying to chip it up to Johnson. Johnson trying to get through. Reverse stick. Now she centers it. Nicely done to Bree Smith. Got Sousa. Sousa's ahead. Sousa comes back, tips it through. So pass. Gabby Sousa. Sousa brings it back out. She's got space, trying to thread it through. She does. They're trying to get it all the way across to Johnson. Not able to do it, the Tigers, but they keep it in. Taryn Nichols threads it through. Bree Smith with it. Sousa's got a shot. What a save, Maxim! What a save! Now the Rams, they were on the attack. Nichols has dropped her stick. Freeman throws it through. Tigers will dispossess there, and Maddie Blaze. Here comes Maddie. She's got some run space here. Got Bree Smith ahead. Beats the defender. Tigers with numbers on the attack. Blaze trying to get it to Smith. Can't do it, but it'll be Tiger ball. Cunningham, a nice dispossession right there. And Tigers now have it. Kids are getting fatigued. You can see it in the legs a little bit. Tigers trying to keep it in. Threaded through. Freeman, she's played every tick of the game.
Right.
Smith. Isabella Smith. Beats the Tiger defender. She's got somebody ahead. Tigers trying to get back. Smith spins it back, tries to reverse and can't do it. Ran out of gas a little bit as she had a long run, and she's played every tick of the game. What a game here from Tiger Town. We're so glad we're able to bring this to you. Tigers, here they come. This is Bree Smith. She's a goal scorer. Smith, one more defender to beat. Can't do it. Tigers try to follow up. They can't. Smith is gassed. Thrown ahead. Tigers on the read here come up and cleared out. That was Blaze. Blaze is going to be going against Cunningham here. She does a great job. Clears it. Tigers now. Tigers with numbers. McKenna Johnson ahead. Clary trying to get it to her. Now Dewey picks it up. The Tigers hit. Clary throws it through.
You can see the fatigue in their hands too, Rob. The hits aren't as crisp as they used to be prior to.
Yeah, Smith tried to cross it, and McKenna Johnson got a piece of it and went off McKenna out of bounds. 3 minutes. Tigers step in. Kids trying to suck it up. Boy, they put a great effort here today. Johnson got it through. This is Smith. Smith on the run. Smith trying to get a shot off. She does. Seals it wide with 2.5 minutes.
That was great defense. Maddie Blaze, I believe it was Maddie Blaze, kept her wide. Didn't allow her to come in at the top of the circle. Kept her wide, and thus the shot was a little bit tougher from a little bit tougher angle.
2:20. Tigers We lost it for a little bit. Well, we're back, so you didn't lose anything. We lost the stream for a second. We're all set. Don't get nervous. We're back. Chris and I need to do a better job of watching our little error arrows there. Every now and again, we see that. So we're here getting ready for the post-overtime session, and we'll have Coach explain it. But I do want to show everybody at home that Maxim save, Coach, because it is the thing that keeps us playing here. So it's right here, folks. Watch this save. Tigers are going to come in.
This is Bree Smith and Gabby Sousa coming up. And there's a 2v1, I think, yes.
So we played it way back. Yeah, we went way back on the play, so. And Sousa's going to come down and cross it here, I believe. She did a really smart thing there, Coach, playing the ball back to space where she's got a chance to go back.
Exactly. Once you play the ball back, it relieves you from the defense that's directly in front of you and gives you more opportunity to do with the ball.
So the Tigers keep it in right here with Nichols. She gets back and gets it. Boy, I went way back. I never trimmed this. That's why. I just set this up and because play was carrying on, so eventually we're going to see what we want to see here. This is like half the game again. Here we go. There it is right there. And then the Rams were quick to clear it back out. So we got the coach here.
Right, that was a
You
tough
didn't miss
shot.
anything while you were away, by the way. And
Maxim played that perfectly. That was a tough angle. She got it with her offside leg, which doesn't happen usually either, so it's just a great save.
yeah, we got a little blip that came up on our screen. Said the output had stopped, so I got a little nervous, and I knew I had enough time left on the stream, but you didn't miss anything while it went out there that minute or so. So we'll keep an eye on that. Happens again, we'll come right back on. So if that happens, if it blips off, we'll make sure we fix it. So, Coach, take us through what's going to happen here.
All right, we're going into penalty corners, and they're played just like penalty corners in regular game. They're going to be at one end of the field. The officials will choose which end of the field, and all corners will be played at that end.
Yeah, they should play up to our left because that's where all the lights are. I mean, we got the
Exactly.
we got the two up here, but. Okay.
So they start, there'll be 6 offense, 6 defense. You will see whoever's on offense first, and that'll be determined in the coin flip. The 6 offensive players will be on the circle playing offense, ready to shoot. At that particular time, there will only be 5 defensive players there. One defensive player is going to come back from the 50. You're going to see her set at the 50. As soon as the ball comes into play, she runs from the 50 down and plays that corner as well. And then it becomes 6-on-6. You'll play the corner out. Corners will continue until the offense scores a goal. The offense hits the ball over the end line, loses it over the end line, the sideline, or the 25. It also continues until the offense fouls. Any of that happens, the corner is over, and we flip. If the defense clears the ball up over the 25 or turns the offense into a foul, that corner is over. And we flip it, and the opposing team goes down on offense. So it sounds a little complicated, but it really isn't. It's 6-on-6 corner plays, just like they do in regular game situation, and they continue until the goal is scored, the offense fouls, or the offense loses control of the ball, or the defense clears it above the 25. And it's equal opportunity. So let's say Gardiner's got the first corner. They play it out. If they score, Cony has an opportunity, equal opportunity to score. If Cony doesn't score, game over. And that's what they mean by equal opportunity on the corners. So over the years, Rob, I'll tell you, some games have gone as many as 20 corners before it's been determined.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Not often, but it has happened.
I just added an extra 30 minutes to our stream time, so instead of getting off at 6:30, this thing will go till 7, so I gave us an extra hour or so. Not sure if we're going to need it, but we shall see.
And coaches usually prepare for this. They know exactly who they're going to play offensive, defensive corners. They've got a list on their clipboards over there of who's playing when and who's playing where and what corners they're going to call. And then it just becomes a case of execution and goalie play.
I want to thank a few folks that have made donations today to us right on our munsingmediasports.com website. A little donate button. A few people have done it. We thank you. We'll be putting a list together of all the people who have donated to us this fall, and we really thank you. We put it right back into things, and this wasn't a game that was on our original schedule, but as soon as we saw it come up for the playoffs, we jumped on it, and we're glad we did, because it's been an extraordinary game here, and we know everybody at home has liked it. We like to scare you a little bit, so we blipped off the air for a minute just to keep you honest and make you appreciate us a little bit more, right? And no, not really. We had some weird thing happening with our program, so we've got to watch it. If that happens again, I'll be right on, and I can send it right back out. But I got busy calling the game, and I didn't notice that we were not going out. So no clock during this, right, Coach?
Right.
So we won't need the clock. We've got the score up there, and that was great.
Didn't we know this was coming, Coach?
Well, you said it almost at the beginning. I mean, I think you said it off the air, and I think I said it, we might be looking at, I think as we were prepping for what we're going to talk about today, I said something to the effect, we don't need to talk about too early, Coach, but be ready for your overtime explanation. I think we said that. Both off the air and then on the air during the course of early on in the game, that we would get into explaining that. And you folks are well versed at home, and it's one of those things that I know that everybody at home has been on the edge of their seat, because you're telling us online. I'm not sure what the views are, but spread the word that where we are in this thing. And
it's interesting, Robert, in talking to both coaches before the game, they almost, without coming out and saying it, they almost predicted this. Each team is each coach is very, very respectful of the team they're playing. They know how skilled they both know how each other's teams, how skilled they are, the progress they've made through the season. So this doesn't come unexpected from either of these coaches.
Well, the thing, too, is a great, as you said, great deal of respect. And I think a lot of that goes back to, when you were involved with the Cony Gardiner rivalry, and you and Coach Chase was it, I think, put together the first Drive Out Cancer Challenge thing. That really brought the teams together, and I think that has sparked this great respect between the two. And that's, when you're a coach of a Cony Gardiner rival situation, it's your job to take care of that. I always believe that. I mean, we're involved in the oldest football rivalry in the state, and one of the top 20 in the country, and I always felt as a caretaker for that. And you take a look at it, you can take care of the game. It's important.
Right.
It's bigger than you are in any given season.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question about it. I mean, this rivalry goes back for years, and as I've said a number of times, I can't even begin to count how many one-goal games we've played with Cony. Way back when I started, Jane Diplock was coaching at Cony. Talk about an athlete, and it's just been an unbelievable rivalry.
Well, on the edge of your seats at home, we're on the edge of our seats here, and you see all the kids are out on the field at the 50-yard line as we get set to go here. Let's take a look at the Gardiner goal. We can see who's in there, Coach, for the Tigers. You see Maddie Blaze,
Gabby Sousa, and Dewey, I think.
Yeah, Dewey Cleary.
And Dewey Cleary along with the goalie. And you'll also see...
coming in from midfield.
Right, coming down from midfield. You see Cony's packed it up. They've got, obviously, everybody on the circle.
Yeah, because you can't give up a goal here.
Exactly.
I mean, they can't give up a goal,
right.
So they bring everybody out.
If it goes beyond 25, it's over anyway. So you'll see these Gardiner kids coming down from the 50 to get back into defensive play. And that's important, how they get down from the 50 and where they go into the circle once they come down.
Well, what about the pressure on the officials? Really? Right?
Yo,
yeah.
This becomes.
You feel it.
And you'll see the Gardiner bench has moved over to the side of the field.
Chris, can you plug our light in up here? All of a sudden I couldn't see my rosters. There we go. So it's been Cunningham doing the insertions here. And she'll get set to do it again. Chris is back on the camera. I sent him on a mission. Comes in. Freeman, who you would think back to Cunningham. Drilled in front. Good setup.
Ooh!
And kicked out somehow, some way. Don't know how.
That was a stick save on the goal line. I think it was Dewey Clary, Coach.
Well, it's going to be hard to get replays in. How fast do they do the next one? Do we have time for replay, Coach?
Well, you shouldn't. It should go right. It should flip right over. Yeah, Cony's going in right now. I'm not sure what the hesitation is, but.
Well, I think we've got time for the replay, Coach. Take a look at it. If we don't, we'll come right back to live action.
Insertion's coming into Freeman. Freeman's going to go back to the inserter.
We don't want to miss the Gardiner one. We're going to come back live.
Okay. Gabby Sousa.
Inside. Does it stay in? Yes. In front. Tigers. And won't go. So we can go back and look. We can go back and look at that one, I think, again.
So we're on the second set. Now we're going to continue on the second set of corners. 1-for-1 equal opportunity. Nobody scored. Flips over. Gardiner goes on defense. Cony sets up their second.
So here's the one that we started to break. This is the Cony one with the great save.
Right. Comes out to Freeman, back to the inserter, then back up to the top to Hendrickson maybe. Yeah, Hendrickson's at the top. Gets a shot. Oh, you know what? That went off the Cony stick.
Yes, went off the Cony stick. Yes.
I didn't see that initially.
Good pickup. Insertion. Clock way out. And no good.
Right, they're going to call that off. The ball's up in the air.
So Tigers will bring everybody up this time. Sousa's right in the middle. Bree Smith typically does the insertion. And that's Bree getting set to go for the Tigers. Tigers second.
It's Gilbert.
Back to Smith. Gray. Smith crosses.
Over to Gabby.
Tigers fighting for it. Comes out. The launch. Still in. Can the Tigers maintain possession? The Rams are going to...
The Rams have got to get it above
They didn't get it above the 25.
Right.
Comes back inside. Tigers drill it in front. Maxim with a save. Kept in by Sousa. Sousa trying to get it launched. Can't do it.
And a repeat corner.
And a repeat corner. So coach's favorite saying is, if you can't get one,
get a
goal, get another one. So we're into penalty corners here if you're just joining us. And I know people are probably saying, oh, Munzing's got something on tonight. Well, we've been going since 4. We've done the overtimes. We're into penalty corners. Smith inserts. Up high. Sousa, she's got to run at it. Lets it go. And no good. So the Rams survive back-to-back corners.
And this will be the third one of the set, Rob. And after this one, if things haven't changed, after each has played a third corner, there's a time frame where you can switch kids. They can go back and meet with their coaches. Coaches can't do any coaching during this particular corner sequence, but they can between the sequences of 3.
Yeah. And how much do you practice this during the season?
You know, you practice your corners a lot. Your tournament corners, we only practice towards the end of the season to get ready for tournament. But
Cunningham
itself, you practice a ton.
Cunningham to insert. They'd like to get it to Freeman. Inside.
Ooh!
And a goal by the Rams.
What a shot. Beautiful setup, beautiful cross pass, great shot.
So now they'll switch.
Right. And this puts Gardiner in a have-to-score situation.
Here it is, Coach.
And she takes it down the strong side, sends it across towards the middle. It's picked up right there. Great shot.
So back live, Tigers do-or-die situation for them. So Smith will come over to the far side. Tigers have to score. Insert. Tigers looking for some wiggle room. I think it's Clary. Tries to drill it across. And that'll do it. That'll do it. The Rams will win it on penalty corners. Neither team scored their first two. The Tigers had a chance for the equalizer on the third, but the Rams penalty corner will hold up, and a happy bunch of Rams and a dejected bunch of Tigers, but no losers here. And the way these kids performed, both sides here tonight, truly worthy of a playoff game, Coach, and truly worthy of this rivalry.
Oh, it's just too bad, as we've said a ton of times, that anybody has to leave this field losing today. Both teams played their hearts out. Both teams played well. We saw a lot of above-level skill on the field in all areas. And both teams have got kids coming back next year, so it bodes well for next year for both teams. But what a great showing for this community, this area, the Augusta Gardiner area. Great game.
So let's take a look at the winning goal on the third overtime corner here. It was the Rams. They had first ups in this one, and here it is.
This is beautifully set up, and she goes down the right side, which is her strong side, and which Gabby Seuss's weak side, just by how you hold a stick. Then the ball was sent right to the penalty stroke line, and you'll see Hendrickson sitting right on it.
And Henderson got down, and
I guess it wasn't Hendrickson. I think it was. Might have been Abby Morrill.
Might have been, yeah. We see the celebration there. Rams don't care who it was. It's just the fact that they got the goal. But congratulations to the Cony Rams. They will move on. They will play the top-seeded Lawrence Bulldogs up at Lawrence on Saturday. Congratulations to the Gardiner Tiger seniors especially. Did a tremendous job of playing through and coming together, and they played an outstanding game here today. And it's one of those things that you hate to see either one of these two teams laid out like they did, Coach, and then somebody's got to go home a loser, and
right.
It's only a loser on the scoreboard. That's the thing, and I think that's you put it so eloquently, Coach. Just a credit to the game of field hockey in this area and how the kids are playing, and what they accomplished during this season with Gardiner Tigers. They really they had to plug new kids in, and they did that, and the future bodes well again here for the Gardiner Tigers.
Absolutely, and credit to both coaches. These are both well-respected coaches throughout the state. Their teams are well-prepared. I'm sure Coach Daigle will have these kids prepared when they go to Lawrence. It's a great game for hockey. It's a great game to watch. It's just a great tribute to field hockey in Central Maine.
And next Wednesday, the Hoch Field will be hosting the regionals for the very first time ever here at Hoch Field, the MPA tournament, the regional finals, in classes A, B, and C. And we won't be here for that. They didn't check in with us and see if we wanted to do it. And as it turned out, we're down at Central Maine Community College that night anyway. So you can watch those games on WHOU FM. They're a paid subscription service, but they do a great job of coverage. So that's where those games will be. And then, of course, for the state tournament, Coach, you doing those games this year for NFHS?
Yes. Those are coming out of Messalonskee.
Messalonskee this year.
On the 5th.
That's fantastic. That'll be on November 5th. So congratulations to the Gardiner High School boys soccer team as they move on, into the, what was today, a semifinal? Was today a semifinal for soccer? It was quarterfinal action. So they will play Cape in their next game, and they'll be on the road for that one. But the Gardiner Tigers playing great soccer as well. Volleyball tomorrow night down at USM. So congratulations to the Gardiner Tigers in their postseason play. We have football tomorrow night. Our next game will be football. We'll be down for that tomorrow night, and join us on the air. That's a 6:30 start down at Falmouth High School. So we'll be down there tomorrow night for that. Until then, till we see you tomorrow night, have a nice rest of the evening, and we will see you next time here tomorrow night on Tiger Football. Until then, for Coach McNally, thanks, Coach. Fantastic job. Great to have you on board, and a fantastic job with this game call today. Thanks for Karen Perry for chipping in as well here up next to Coach Mo and Chris Wheeler doing our camera. I'm Rob Munzing. Hope you enjoyed this game from Gardiner. Full stream ahead on Munzing Media.